Hi, my name is Roger Stevens. I'm one of the many guitar players in Blind Melon, and I'm here to tell you about some of the gear that I'm using currently for our live performances with Blind Melon. So I'll start with this guitar, which I just got this from Gibson about 6 months ago, and I fell in love. Like, it's the best guitar I've ever had by a long shot. It's a custom shot 1960, just straight off the rack. I haven't touched it, that they sent it straight to me. I'm scared to even intonate it just because I'm worried I'll screw it up. But that is a wonderful guitar, and I feel very fortunate to have it. I carry it with me on the airplane. I won't ever let it go out of my sight, basically. I never use the neck pickup. I always use the bridge pickup, and I roll the tone knob down to around 6 or 7 maybe, and usually I'm just kind of playing with this, just from 8 to 10 basically, and I just pick it softer. It's super responsive, this guitar. It just resonates, and I don't know. It plays like butter. I don't exactly know I know these guitars cost a lot, and but I think they are getting them, I guess, what is purportedly really close to, the old, Holy Grail, whatever, 1959-60 Les Pauls that people, covet so much. I think they're kind of, I've never really spent time with one of those guitars, a real one. But I can't imagine it's a whole lot better, but maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. I just started using these strings from this company called String Joy. And I just use the ones that are in the dark blue package. They're just, I forget what they're called, but they just sound really natural to me. Plus they make this, the low E string is like a 48 rather than a 46. I thought, well, I wonder why they do that. But, psychologically it seems to have, given me something. I don't know. I'm usually just trying to make them sound clear, and I don't mostly, despite this pedal board, most of the time I'm running kind of straight through to the amp, I just play in standard tuning. I bring one guitar. I don't even have a backup out here. I don't know. I'm pretty low maintenance. I just put it on that stand. I gotta pick it up, play it. Something goes wrong, we've got problems. But the other side of the stage has backup guitars, so I could use that, I suppose. But I don't beat the shit out of it. Basically, I play it, but I don't. I'm not like a heavy hitter or anything with it, trying to get it to ring like bells, and it does. It sounds resonant just acoustically when you're playing it. That's how you know. I feel like sometimes I pick up Les Pauls and they just feel dead, they sound dead. But this one sounds alive, in the room with it without it plugged into an amp. Super important. I like to get them on the lighter side. I don't know if there's really any rationale to that. It's true. People seem to think that, but it seems like they will resonate more. Or I have Strats that are the same. That I get on the light side as well. So yeah, this pedal board I just got made. I just got tired of just screwing up pedal boards and trying to put them together. I just lose focus and I start making shortcuts, and then by the end it's just bullshit, So I got these guys at Pivotal Pedal Boards to make this for me, and it showed up. What they do is they have either examples of these, or they have a same size shell, and so they make the whole thing with all of this wiring, and it shows up, and all you have to do, it took me like 10 minutes to put it together. It just everything, these cables are cut like perfectly evenly. I could never do shit like this. I would just, I just don't have. But it like, it lifts up and it's got power supplies under here. These are the, look at that fell off. But this is the stuff, that that they, recommended, and it works like a dream. It's dead quiet. You can plug in like this thing is that is an amazing guitar pedal right there. That's probably, these things have changed so much. I think since I was using them back in whatever the 90s or whatever. But now that I love Eventide stuff. So I have an original H90. I have an original H949. I use in the studio. So that's a great company. But I got these nice cables from Bullet, which are really cool. This is your input here, right? And without going into the switcher or anything, it first goes straight into this wah pedal, which is the Jeffrey T's wah. It's like I think this is the Real McCoy 11 or something like that. Man, I've got like 3 or 4 of his wah pedals, and they're just killer. Like, they're all different, and I keep switching them out because I like this one better now, and then I go to the next. And then it goes straight into this, which is the Analog Man Beano Boost, which is basically a sort of a treble booster, and he makes a good one. I have, as you can see, a bunch of Analog Man stuff because I've been using his stuff for years. His shit sounds good. And so then I run straight out of that into, this is the Analog Man King of Tone, he calls it, and it's got 2 channels. And depending on the amp, sometimes the amp this side sounds great, the yellow side, this arms, other amps, this sounds great. You get very guitar amp specific, and it's super. That thing, like, you can take it and use it like really with any rig if you don't have much else, because it makes stuff sound pretty good all the time. And so then after that, I'm going out into this switcher box that Loop Master made for me. He's a cool dude. He makes stuff for me. I've had stuff over the years, just different things. I still have them all. They all still work. They're built like brick shit house, But so it's just a 2-loop switcher, and in the first loop I have the Eventide H90 and going into the MXR Phase 90. And in the second loop, I am going into these 2 delays, just because I don't know why I have 3 delays, but I do. And this thing is blowing my mind. I've not incorporated it into our live set yet, but the Eventide Rose, that's the best, coolest, weirdest delay pedal I've heard in a long time. I love that thing. I mean, it's like Dan Lanois in a box or something, and this is the dual channel Analog Man delay, which I just use sometimes just as like a tight slap, single repeat, Now, I thought I was going to use it all like that, and this expression pedal will control either both of these. And then all of it is switched with this. So this will switch this one and this one. And so I have, certain songs that we have in the set. I have them in here. I can tap the tempo for controlling both of these. This plate, I usually like that's a plate reverb, and I usually have that on and going straight into the amp. So that's usually what I'm doing. In fact, I haven't turned this on the second loop with these 2 on once on this tour. So it's really just. So these guys at Pivotal, I may be calling them again and doing a smaller one now that I've gotten out here, because I love the board. I love what it does. But they make a smaller one, that you can like take on an airplane. So I think that's all I really need, because this thing is incredible. That kind of does everything. Like, and you can. I got these 2 things talking to each other. I've never done shit like this before. It took me forever, but I eventually figured it out, and I'm still plugging up the VCR, So Anyway, I run out of that into the Three Monkeys, which is, I know the guy who builds this amp, he used to have a company called Blockhead, and I had some Blockhead amps, which I really loved. He made a Marshall Blues Breaker clone. It was amazing. He's a friend of mine. He used to play golf. He's a great golfer, too. But the Three Monkeys are Ossie, who is my friend, who's the actual builder, and Greg, and who is the tech for Brad Whitford from Aerosmith, and Brad Whitford. Those are the Three Monkeys, and they own the company. So this is on where you can see right there. It's like on 3, and it's like a natural. It breaks up, at a natural, and it's at kind of it cranks, but it's not overbearing, And I just, I got the treble up here, the bass right there. But the interesting thing about this amp is this knob, right? Because this is I don't know what this exactly does, but somehow how he's affecting the transformer, but it changes the circuit. And so that's more like a champ almost. Where I am is more like almost like a Tweed Deluxe is what it sounds like to me. But like if you go all the way over here, it's almost like Vox Marshall like. But I just keep it on that one. It's like 6 different amps in one. This thing's fucking incredible. It's called the Orangutan. And, I'm bringing it out on the road. I got a case made for it. And when I put it all in, there was 101 pounds. So now I got to figure out how to make it 1 pound lighter so I can take it on airplanes. Yeah, I use, I started using these about a year ago. It's like the Dava. These blue, they're sort of aqua colored, and they're just, I don't know, there's something, they're kind of softish, but if you hold them close to the edge, they're not. I think this pick, because it has different widths and around, like you can turn it around like that, and it's like a heavier pick, But it has a bendy part in the middle, so if you get close to the edge, it's a hard pick, But if you're back here, it's almost like I use it on acoustics, electrics, everything. Well, I hope to see everyone at a show sometimes. You can hear what all this actually sounds like. I think it's working, but let me know if it's not. Thank you.